Wow, you're welcome. I still remain my humble self as always. EVGDMU, Oyakhilome RSL on Oyakhilome Talk TV, Christian Parenting and Faith. It is important to know that wherever environment you find yourself has a way of influencing your thoughts, your action, and your purpose. For this reason, I will be discussing on a topic shaping the future, how negative environment affects African children, and what we can do as a way of what aborting such character as a result of our environment. So once more, the topic today is shaping the future of our children and knowing our negative environment as a way of affecting our children, productivity, and purpose. You are welcome once more. Now, let me start with this. Let me start with a very simple, acceptable truth by all. Children don't grow in isolations. In school, they are never in isolation. At home, they are never in isolation. In the environment, they are never in isolation. Just like plants need all the soil, water, sunlight, just our children also requires positive environment for proper nurturing in order for them to grow and to remain stable, confident, buoyant, responsible, and excellent. But across many African communities today, in Nigeria as a case study, in Warri as a case study, Iyara as a case study, too many children are growing up in environment filled with poverty, violence, unstable homes, poor power supplies, emotional neglect, neglecting parenting. Such environment has a way of influencing the productivity and the growth level of our children. This experience don't just disappear like a flash, it remains, it piles up, it accumulates, and over time, the shapes into the child characters, into the child's behavior, thinking, health, and even ability to identify what opportunities. So it is important for us to know this. Now, today we are talking more on how this environment affects our children. Now, I'm not saying that even the rich environment has a way of affecting or influencing the children behave themselves. Even the rich environment has a way of influencing their children. Now, a negative environment, what is the negative environment? Let's be honest ourselves. What is the negative environment? A negative environment is an environment that lacks all physical possibility to succeed. A negative environment is not just physical, it is not only about poor housing, lack of poor infrastructure. Let me tell you, it includes constant shouting and emotional stress at home. Okay. Exposure to domestic violence and harsh discipline method. Community where children see crimes, drugs, fighting. This is a poor and negative environment. Schools where teachers insult instead of teach the children. Lack of self, or better still, lack of safe environment for children to play. No garden for children to play. It's a bad environment. You see these little things. It has a way of influencing our children productivity. Now let me give you an example, a quick example. Imagine a 7 years old girl or a old boy who wake up in the morning to her parents and see their parents fighting almost every day. She goes to school thinking school will be a safe place. The teacher is always absent, always cursing, using harsh word. And after school that she's supposed to be coming home, nobody's coming to pick her home. No caregiver, no love. Over the time, that stresses the child and it piles up into what we influence the decision making of the child, not just emotionally, but also physically. Now, here comes to the point I call the cumulative effect of negative environment of our children. When a child constantly faces stress, when a child constantly faces neglect, fear, it does not go away easily. No, it does not go by fasting and prayers. These things accumulate, it piles up, it piles up, it piles up like layers of dust. Each negative experience of a child add another layer until it becomes too heavy to carry. And what happened thereafter? What happened thereafter? Poor academic performance. Poor academic performance. I remember when we were growing in our debating society then at Ossie College, we were made to write the study pattern of the rich and the poor kids. I remember I recommended that the children of the poor should not be sitting the same exams with the rich, because the rich has all the equipment, all the necessary requirements to succeed, while the poor does not. Unfortunately, I was defeated by the poor guy there, because I noticed that even the poor has more successful results than most of the rich lately. That is also as a result of negative what? Environment. Behavior issues, anger, withdrawal, aggression, lying, fighting, mental health issue, anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Children from poor environment always see the children of the rich as arrogant, as pride, as ungrateful, and something else. I don't know. It's as a result of their environment. Now, let me give you another very, very close example. Before that, do you know that research shows that long-term exposure to stress can lead to high blood pressure, poor immunity, and even chronic disease of the mind towards your adulthood? It is not good. So a teenage boy or a girl who grew up told useless, was told he is useless. And if you were told you are useless, you can't make it in life, this, that, maybe it has a way of affecting your self-validation. It has a way of affecting you it can even lead you to involve in drugs and some other negative practices. Now let's see, what are the roles of our parents as regards this? The rich parents, the poor parents, in this sense, they are all equal. Now, first, the environment every child experiences is the home. The home is the first environment. If the home is full of light, the child will grow up with light. Whether rich or poor, it has nothing to do with the domestic environment. What kind of parent, or better still, what kind of parenting, or what should the parents do? Our parents should be present emotionally, physically, spiritually in the life of all children. Even if you don't have money, let your presence be there in areas of encouragement, in areas of support, in areas of talk, in area of play, and so on. Then two, you must speak life to your children, irrespective of the environment you find yourself. You must speak life to your children. The word we use shape the mind of our children. It is better not to say anything than to say words that will destroy the confidence, the self-confidence of your children. There's what I call create safe routine. Even in art time or in every environment, predictable meals, birth time, and study time should be given to our children for stability. It helps them to do or to grow in the right direction. Discipline in love, should not be optional. Yes, you must discipline your kids in love. For example, a single mother working 2 jobs may not be able as much as possible to give the children discipline. It is true. The government has a role to play. Parents cannot do it all, but they can do to some certain extent. The government must create systems that support children and the family. In Africa today, I don't think we have this kind of system. But in advanced society, like we find ourselves now, there are some certain level of the government having influence in the life of the family. So what should government do? In Africa, I'm recommending the government should improve our school system. The government should strengthen child protection laws. Like I think in one of these Sudan, where the new law has prohibited adults getting married to young female children, minority, minors. It's also a good way from the part of the government, fight poverty with dignity. So it is important. I'll be rounding up with this by saying change is possible. Hallelujah. Change is possible, but it won't come from one side alone. It will come from the parents, it will come from the school teacher, it will come from the student, it will come from the government. If we all decide to come together, we can be able to fight against predators, we can be able to fight against bad government that influences our children negatively. So I'll be closing with this teaching by saying to every parent, even if you don't grow up in positive environment, you must try as much as possible to break that circle and allow your children to grow in better and positive words environment. Shalom. God bless you. I still remain my humble self. Oyakhilome RSL. If you have not subscribed, please, I'm asking you to subscribe. If you have not followed, I'm asking you to follow. Put on your notification bell as soon as I release video every 2 days in the week. So as soon as new teachings are coming out, you will be doing what? Having direct access to my video. Education is continuous. No matter how old you are, there's always something to learn at Oyakhilome Talk TV, Christian Parenting and Faith. Shalom. Let's raise a better generation and a very, very, very comfortable environment for our children. Remember, children are the leaders of today, they are the leaders of tomorrow, and they are the future leader. Welcome. Love you. Shalom. Ciao.